guess the celebrity who's going to come out of the closet. Ta-da! Hello, Joan. Nice to have you. Come right on the bed with me. How great to have you on.
Thank you for having me. I love coming out of the closet.
You don't have to worry. One of the few, I think I know where you stand. But what I don't know, the purple hair, explain it to me.
Well, when I was about 12 years old, I snuck into my sister's bedroom to read her fashion magazines. And I found this one picture, and it was all these supermodels and old ladies sat around a tea table. And each supermodel matched the old lady's rinse. And I've done all the rinses, and this is my favorite one. I love it. And it really pisses people off, and some people really like it, so I love it.
I think it's so great. It makes your eyes the same color.
Does it really?
Yes.
Wicked.
Yes. So you can be like the British Elizabeth Taylor. Or is that
I
an
wish.
oxymoron? How can I say this? Does the carpet match the drapes?
No, it doesn't. I'm not a big fan of pubic hair.
So you have none?
No.
You take wax it all the time?
Gone.
Oh, interesting. Okay. We got on the subject of pubic hair. I don't mean to, but it's there, for a reason, to create fiction when you're making love. Did you know that?
No.
Sends electricity back and forth. Didn't know this?
No, I did not.
Now, aren't you sorry?
No.
Oh, okay. Okay, I want to get you. These are all the questions we sit down at Fashion Police. I want to ask you, and I don't have time.
Oh, we'll get in trouble.
Oh, we'll get in trouble.
Melissa?
Well, Willis is executive producer.
I'm sorry.
Did your father eat the bat?
Yes, he did.
He ate the bat?
He did. He ate the bats. Well, basically what happened was they had this thing where they would throw rubber bats on stage and my dad would bite the head off of it because he did it to a dove and a chicken, and so then they started throwing these rubber bats. But my dad picked it up and thought that it wasn't real and bit it off. And we have the best pictures of him like bent over in the hospital getting these huge rabies injections into his butt. I don't think he's ever done anything that has made him shit himself more in his life than doing that. But then it kind of created this crazy legacy, like, that he did it. But I'm like, Dad, why was that your thing? Like, you would just pick it. He goes, I just wanted to shock people. And I was like, okay.
I knew that he did that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm so out of the music scene. It was the smartest thing he could do. How many calories in bat head?
God only knows. He spat it right out. I know that.
Oh, God. You're in the tabloids. I was in England. I picked up a English tabloid a friend sent me, and there was a picture of you looking great in a bikini. So the tabloids are being good to you. Have they ever been nasty to you? What lies did they put in about you, and what truths? And what did you say were lies that were really true?
I'm really honest when it comes to that kind of stuff. I can't help it. It just comes out of my mouth, and I'm like, fuck, I wish I never said that. Wish I never said that. So I find that the less skeletons you have in your closet, the less people can go to dig for. That's why I think people have so much fun making up the most ridiculous things about me.
What are some of the things they say?
About a week ago, I had 37 different news departments call me and ask me if I was pregnant. And I was like, you just saw that picture of me in a bikini. How am I pregnant? Like, I don't get it.
Right.
But that's one thing that I hate. I don't like getting pictured in a bikini because that's the one thing that is mine that people haven't really seen is my body. But my butt looked good in the picture, so I like it.
You look great. And the front looked good, too. Because I checked you out and I emailed you.
Yeah, I know.
And said, you look great. I was so happy for you.
Thank you. It was a lot of work on the treadmill, that was.
Well, it's worth it. Let me ask you, what's the meanest thing they said about you? They've got to be, just being an Osbourne. An Osbourne.
But they said about do you know what really, it was when I was younger. It was really bad. I was at home in London, and you know how the newspapers there are more like tabloids than they are news. And on the front cover of the newspaper, when it came through my letterbox, it said, Ozzy's beach whale up a daughter, and it was a picture of me. And I was like 16 years old, and it destroyed me because I was always just me. I didn't see the way that I'd looked as being a problem or offensive to anybody. And then it made me so unhappy that I fed into it and then gave myself the reputation of being a little shit, and then I had to work so hard to prove to people that that's not actually me. I was just a kid, and I had to grow up in front of everybody.
But I think because of that, people love watching you grow up, you know.
It's very interesting because I used to be the kid that parents were like, stay away from that girl. Like, you cannot be friends with her. And now it's moms that come up to me. They're all like, oh, you're just like my daughter. My daughter looks up to you so much. Like, I feel like more moms follow me on Twitter than young girls right now. It's had a full, like, 360. It's crazy.
But they must have thought you had a weird life. Your father's a rock and roller.
It
What
was
are some
weird.
of the yeah, all right. What are some of the crazy things? You're not going to believe this. Mick Jagger ran through our living room naked. And what were some of the crazy things?
There was, I'm trying to, there was always people, I mean, I used to get babysat by Motley Crue, you know, and things like that. And craziest thing, the list goes on and on and on, the things that I saw. But there was always people in and out of the house. Like, I remember one time Bon Jovi came over and there was a party, and me and my sister were like looking at the windows, like trying to see him walk into the house. But it was weird. It was just, I grew up in rock and roll, and everything you think it really was. And everything you think I saw.
And are you into rock and roll still, or have you moved away from that?
It's in my blood. I can't help but, it's part of me. It's all I really know. It's the only thing I can really talk about besides fashion and not bullshit.
What about friends? Are you, you know, there's so many people, and I feel like you're my young child. I'm so protective of you.
And I feel the same way about you. You're like the grandmother I never had.
But
Like,
see,
honestly.
So it's a mutual thing. And Christina Aguilera said something mean to you. She's on my death list. I mean, that's it. Over. Fatso, if you're watching out there, take your thighs and stuff them down your throat.
I love
Now,
you, Joan.
meanwhile, somebody said
Nice.
to you,
That's nice.
somebody said to you that you're now making up with her. So I've got a mortal enemy with that family.
The thing is, for me, it's just old history. It's done. It wasn't just what she said. There was something that was actually done, which I won't ever talk about because it probably will make me cry. But it's something that, you know, was really, really, really awful and unforgivable.
But have you forgiven? Are you a forgiver? Do you
know
make
what
amends?
I make amends, but I don't forget.
Okay. What about your mother? What about your father? It's the whole family.
We're all, you know.
They call it a museum of hurts, which I love.
Yeah.
I have a friend that says, that will stay forever in my museum of hurts.
It's true. It really will. But my parents are very forgiving, but you know, the one thing that they've always taught us is loyalties. And you have to forgive people, because everyone makes mistakes, but just don't forget.
Just don't, but do you reach out? Like, if you pass Christina Aguilera now, would you say hello to party?
No.
Oh, I feel better. Thank God. Okay, I sit here and I talk to you, and to me you're very English, but you've been raised here a lot too. What do you think of yourself? Are you an American?
No.
You think of yourself as a Brit?
I mean, I grew up traveling the world since I was 3 months old, but my cultures, my customs, the way I speak, I'm English.
What's your passport?
English.
It is English.
Mm-hmm.
So you couldn't vote?
No, I couldn't, but I really encouraged all my friends to vote this year, and we sat down and we went through all like the different props and different things and really researched it, and I really, because I can't, I was like, you have to do this for me.
And do you follow English politics?
I follow all politics, to be honest with you, because you have to. You've got to know what's going on in the world.
Or not?
Well, sometimes I wish ignorance was bliss, but when you turn on the news and you see that Buddhists are killing Muslims, you know that we're all fucked.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I agree. Which is why buy the dress you want. You know what I mean? Because we're really lucky. Before
We
they
are
send the
lucky.
bill, they'll blow us all up. So buy it and wear it immediately, is my philosophy. You work with your mother. How many seasons was that show on?
We
4 or
did
5?
just three.
Only 3?
Because the way that we shot it was Big Brother style. There was like full crews, 12-hour shifts each, 24 hours a day. We had cameras in every room in our house except for our bedrooms and toilets, because no one wanted to see me taking a dump. And then,
Well, they would now if you were Kardashian.
oh, for God's sake.
You know that.
And
I'm going to take a dump now.
But you know, so it's like it took like 6 months sometimes to get a whole season in, because it was
Right.
real. It wasn't produced moment. So by the end of it, first season I couldn't believe that I was gonna be on MTV. Second season, I couldn't believe I was famous. And third season, I wanted to kill myself. I hated it.
Is that interesting how it switched?
Yeah, because I got like social anxiety going out with cameras in public because there'd always be that one douchebag that goes behind you and he's like, "Hi, Mom,"
Yeah.
and you're like,
Oh.
"You've just ruined everything, and now I'm gonna actually have to go back and do this again," but you can't because of the way we filmed it. So we just have to have "Hey, Mom" in the background, and you're just like, "Ugh."
But that lets them know it's reality.
Yeah.
Did you and your mother get closer, or did it divide you more? Because there was no such thing, confidences, all that. It was
My
on
mom
camera.
had cancer at the time, so
Remember
we were
that.
very, very close. I lived in the hospital with my mum for 2 years and gave up on all of my work. And because I was meant to be in Freaky Friday playing Lindsay Lohan's best friend, I got the role and I turned it down because I didn't want to leave my mum. And I was like pretty much her bedside nurse.
So the two of you were very close.
Very close. But by the end of that, I was like, get away from me.
It's-
I know you're going to be fine now. And then I moved back to England for 3 years because I needed to kind of find myself.
Melissa's smiling for the first time in this interview. When you heard her say, "Get away from me."
No, we talk all the time.
We do all the time.
Talk all the time.
Okay, let me ask
We
you.
have very private conversations about how to handle certain stressors in our lives.
Okay. Let me ask you. Is there a stressor? Does your mother set you up? Does your mother ever try? I know you've got this adorable boyfriend now, Matt.
Yeah.
Matthew. What do you call him?
Matthew?
Matthew. Okay. We could call him Matt.
Yeah.
But Matthew. Did your mother ever try to set you up? And did you understand that she had better taste than you?
My mom, no, she doesn't have better taste than me. My mom would always try and do that, and I'm like, shut the fuck up. Get him away from me. Not interested. Thank you.
Why not interested? What did your mother... Just hope you're listening to this, Melissa.
I am. I have a story going in my head to remind you about.
All right. What was wrong with the ones your mother found for you?
They were old and boring.
All right.
Really boring. Like, I don't want to marry a suit.
Oh, wrong.
Uh-uh.
Except for Matthew, who I like very much.
Thank you very much.
But a nice, rich suit, older, with a little heart palpitation, not terrible. Not so bad.
I don't want old balls, Joan.
Old balls. Old balls rolled to Tiffany. They just roll.
Because of the way my mum brought me up, I'm the kind of person that is like, if I want to buy it, I'll buy it myself. I don't need you to buy it for me. I'm too independent in that way.
Now, did you ever think you would end up with an American? 'Cause
No.
Did you always know you didn't like English? Because I think Englishmen are very sexy.
I thought I'd end up having an English boyfriend, but no, never, no.
Why do so many of them look gay?
Um,
You know, I don't know if they have better manners.
I think that it's just that fashion is so much easily accessible for lower prices there, that fashion is more of men like it more there than they do here because it's more of like a surfer dude mentality kind of.
If you had to pick between the two, Daniel Craig, who we know is James Bond's 07, but looking a little older, so 06 and a half. Who would you pick, Daniel Craig or Robert Pattinson? Just a question. It's like, do you consider yourself a tree or a flower? Our question is always, who would you sleep with if you had the choice? Had to pick one.
I don't want. Can I take the bullet?
Take the bullet.
I'll take the bullet.
Who would you pick?
Because I know Robert, and that's weird. I've known him since I was like 18, and
No.
yeah, I'll take the bullet. Thanks.
All right, who is the sexiest Englishman out there today?
I think Tom Hardy when he was in Bronson was pretty sexy.
Okay. I'm going to England in a few weeks, as you know, and it's a big tour, bigger than any I've done before. What are the tips? What should I do? What should I not do? Will the English love me?
Well,
or
I'll tell
despise
you
me?
this. I was just there, and so many of my friends didn't want to ask me because they know how many of them wanted to go, but they've already all bought tickets to your show. Everyone loves you. I say go for it. Go as raunchy and as hardcore as you want to because they love it there.
Let me ask for tour bus tips.
Tour bus tips.
Living on the
We are
bus.
going on a bus.
Oh, you are. English tour buses are the worst. Be very careful because they're double-decker. So when you downstairs is the toilet and kitchen area, and then upstairs, and they're really dangerous. So be careful when it's actually driving when you're going down the stairs, because I've hurt myself so many times.
Did your father go around a tour bus?
Before he did planes, yeah.
Yeah, because
And we
England
had a
is so
kids
small.
bus. We had a kids bus.
You had a kids bus?
Yeah, and with no supervision.
What, fun or terrible?
Oh, it was fun. It was really fun. All the kids on the tour were all on the kids bus. So anybody that was in a band that had a kid, we were all on the same bus. So it was like
And
summer
no
camp.
supervision?
When we got to a certain age, yeah. And that's when it all started to become a bit naughty.
So what, would you smoke?
No, no, not like that. It was more like, I'll tell you a story. You're not supposed to poop on tour buses, and
That's right.
don't do it. And we were on a really old tour bus. It was an Eagle, and this was in America. And somebody, and we call them the mystery log rider to this day, took a shit on the bus, and it got sucked somehow into the air vent, and then it made the air conditioning go off, and it was blowing out the smell of shit into the bus. And then the bus driver pulled over, and he's like, "I'm gonna whoop you kids with my belt." And then my mom's and dad's tour bus goes past, and all you can see is all three kids running down the side of the freeway trying to run away from him. And then my mom fired him.
This happened on our bus. Oh, am I lying?
Swear to
Melissa?
God, when we had our tour down the Eastern Seaboard, we had
Somebody
we had
made
septic
a poopy
problems.
whoopy, and we don't know who, and we tried to look.
So you have a mystery log rider as well?
Well, you know, if you don't have too much iron in you, it's lighter brown. So we were looking for people. It gets darker as you get more iron. So we were watching the pills people took.
Oh my God.
You didn't know that. Black
So funny.
means 3 iron pills a day. So we were looking.
How
with
did you
this-
figure that out?
Oh my God.
These are the things I learned. I read a lot of things I shouldn't read. Going back to England, I want Melissa to come on tour with me. And she just said, I don't want to be on tour with my mother. Okay.
That is not what I said. I said
What
I'm
did you
too-
say?
I said I'm busy.
Well, it's a nice way of saying.
No, I'm working.
You could.
Mom,
we
I
all have
cannot-
computers.
Okay, but
Let's
Mom, I
not
can't
go
take
there.
the-
It's like
3
being
weeks
at
off
home and,
work.
like
How is
watching
it-
it in the mirror.
Yeah, I cannot take 3 weeks off work.
Not 3 weeks. You could take a week and a half. Let's just ask, how is it with you and your mother touring together? Good, bad?
We always have so much fun, but my mom does stuff like this to me all the time. It drives me nuts. So I get this phone call because it was just my birthday, and she said, oh, sorry, my last birthday. She said, I'm going to be in England on your birthday. We never get to spend it together, so will you please come with me? And I'm like, yeah, I get to go home and see my friends. That'd be great. 2 days before I meant to leave, she calls me up and like with this complete guilt trip voice, like, you're going away and I'm not going to be on your birthday, so we're having a dinner for you the night before. And I'm like, but I was going to England with you. She goes, oh, I told you I'm not going anymore. And I'm like, no, you didn't. And then she goes, and I picked an even more expensive restaurant because I knew that then my friends would normally and I would go to because I knew she was going to be there. And then by the time, I was just like, fuck it, I'll just go then. Thanks,
you
Mom.
go?
Yeah.
Do you and your mother, and I know you're close, and your mother and I have talked, what do you love the most about your mother, and what annoys you the most about your mother?
I love my mom because she taught me to have confidence in myself and never give up on anything. And, you know, I'm the reason I am me because of my mother. The thing that annoys me the most about my mother is she can never just call me herself. I get, hey, it's Julie, and it's from her number. So I pick up the phone, I'm like, Mommy! And it's never her, it's someone else. I'm like, you can't dial my number yourself and call me? I don't need to talk to your assistant first, even though I love her. I'm like, just fucking dial the number and call me yourself. It drives me nuts. Or the guilt trip of, when am I going to see you? I'm like, I was just there. She doesn't like it when because we're so used to always being together. All right, since I got put on the hot seat, what do you like best and not like about your mother?
Oh.
Come on.
Mm-mm. What I like best is that she is one of the most loyal and caring people ever.
Very true.
Ever.
Thank
An
you.
incredible sense of loyalty. The thing I like worst is actually tied into that part of not giving up, because she must always have the last word
Oh, every
in
mother's like that.
everything. It's always like, but okay, I'm doing it. And just the other day, there was something going on at the house, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go upstairs and take care of it. And I tried to go up 3 times, and the conversation went 3 more lines until the point where I turned around and went, if you let me go, I'll go deal with it. But you need to do this. I'm trying to go up the stairs to do this. So it's that last word.
Whatever you say, yes, of course.
But tell what mom what I taught you.
This is what Melissa taught me. Whenever it's like that with my mom, I'm like, yes, mom. Okay, whatever you say. Okay.
I said, the less you argue back, the less time it takes to get out of the room.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. What's the one thing you think your mother doesn't know about you?
Are you fucking crazy, Joan? There is nothing she doesn't know about me. She probably has a private investigator following me around everywhere I go. It's insane. But I don't actually keep anything from her. I got to the stage in my life where I realized that there's no point in lying because she knows everything.
So she might as well know that you're wonderful and adorable and terrific and talented, and you're
Thank
perfect
you.
in my book.
Aw, thank you.
110, my dear.
You
110.
300 you are.
Oh, well,
Not in your
500.
A million.
Billion.
Just end the show. Please.
Infinite. I love Kelly Osbourne. I love you for being here. Thank you so much.
I love you so much, Joan.
Ladies and gentlemen,
An amazing audience.
amazing audience.